There are more than 5 trillion pieces of plastic floating in our oceans, and this number keeps growing every single day. Turning trash into something useful isn't just a creative idea, it's an absolute necessity. This approach not only reduces harm to nature, but also proves that even the worst garbage can have a second life. Imagine this, that waste could be turned into something as stylish as sneakers. Surprised? Well, let's dive into this fascinating journey together. First, you need to find the trash. Specialized organizations rely on advanced collection systems to do this. Hunting for ocean trash is an impressive and highly technical process, using cutting-edge tools designed to capture plastic. One of the most renowned organizations tackling this issue is the Ocean Cleanup. They deploy massive floating barriers that are strategically placed in ocean currents, where plastic waste tends to accumulate in large garbage patches, zones of concentrated trash. Here's how these traps work. Large floating structures equipped with nets or barrier walls move through the water, capturing plastic that drifts into their range. These systems are designed to catch plastic debris floating on the surface, as well as some submerged deeper in the water. Imagine enormous nets gliding smoothly through the ocean, sweeping up all kinds of waste in their path. Once the trap is full, it's hauled to a specialized vessel, where the collected plastic is unloaded. This is done using massive mechanical cranes or conveyor belt systems. The unloaded waste is then sorted and cleaned to prepare it for recycling. These technologies don't just clean up our oceans, they create opportunities to repurpose plastic into new products like textiles, sneakers, and even construction materials. The sight of machines pulling massive piles of trash from the water is both inspiring and a little shocking. Plastic of all shapes and sizes, bottles, bags, broken fragments, and even old toys is brought ashore for sorting. It's a stark reminder of the scale of the problem, but also a glimpse of the incredible potential for change. Once the trash is unloaded onto the ship, it's transported to the nearest port. On land, specialized facilities equipped with conveyor belts and robotic sorting systems take over the next stage of processing. Here, the waste is sorted, cleaned, and prepared for recycling. The process moves at an incredible pace. Robotic arms sort the plastic by type, like assembling a massive jigsaw puzzle. This isn't just random sorting. Advanced technology can detect even the tiniest pieces of plastic. After sorting, the trash gets washed. Much of it is covered in algae or other organic matter, so cleaning is a messy, but absolutely crucial step. Sorting is followed by a multi-step washing process. First, the waste is rinsed or scrubbed to remove large contaminants like sand or dirt. Mechanical systems, such as conveyor belts, move the trash through brushes or nets that scrape off big debris. Next, the smaller impurities like oil residues or fine dirt are removed. This can be done in several ways. For instance, as the trash moves along a conveyor belt, high-pressure sprayers rinse it with water. The jets dislodge grime, organic residues, and oil stains. Another method involves submerging the waste in water tanks. These tanks often feature circulating currents, which enhance the cleaning process by gently agitating the plastic and rinsing away remaining dirt. To tackle oil contamination, the plastic is treated with specialized cleaning solutions or chemicals that break down petroleum products and other stubborn pollutants. After these stages, the plastic is finally ready for recycling or disposal. The water used in the cleaning process typically undergoes filtration, so it can be reused or sent for purification to reduce environmental impact. This precise and efficient system ensures the waste is clean and ready for the next step, with adjustments made depending on the material type and its level of contamination. The process of shredding and melting cleaned ocean plastic is truly mesmerizing. A real choreography of technology where each step amazes with its scale and precision. Enormous machines, resembling giant blenders, slice, grind, and crush the plastic into tiny granules. These powerful devices, equipped with massive blades and cutting tools, work at incredible speeds, creating an artificial snow of microscopic plastic particles. As mentioned earlier, the scale of this operation is astonishing. These machines can shred over 1,000 pounds of plastic per hour. The shredded material is ground into granules, which are then sent for melting at temperatures around 500 degrees Fahrenheit. For context, this is the point at which most types of plastic begin to melt and become pliable for reshaping. The roar of massive grinding discs and the compressed sounds of mechanical force fill the air as the plastic is transformed into tiny granules that shoot through the air. Different types of plastic are blended and shredded into a uniform mass. This isn't just waste, it's raw material, ready to be turned into something new. While the granules vary in size, each one is precisely prepared for the next step: melting. These shredded particles are then sent into industrial furnaces for a dramatic transformation. The melting process is comparable to dough that starts off hard and crumbly but becomes soft and elastic under heat. Gigantic furnaces, heated to extreme temperatures, melt the plastic into a thick, almost liquid state. This molten plastic flows through pipes, gleaming under factory lights like a fiery river coursing through the corridors. In that moment, everything around feels almost magically alive. The melting technology is much like what happens when chocolate or wax is melted into a liquid form. Plastic doesn't just soften, it becomes flexible and easy to shape. At this stage, it's ready to be molded into new items. This semi-liquid material, balanced between solid and fluid states, represents the start of something new, a material reborn to re-enter the cycle of life. As the molten plastic cools, it hardens and takes shape, transforming into products that become part of our everyday lives. This is one of the most captivating stages of recycling, where simple trash turns into something useful, once again finding its place in the world around us. Adidas, Parley for the oceans, and other brands are already turning ocean plastic into stylish products. For example, making sneakers out of this plastic looks like something straight out of a futuristic lab. Liquid plastic is poured into molds, where it hardens to form the perfect sole. The upper part of the shoe is woven from recycled plastic threads, a kind of textile wizardry that transforms trash into a fashionable accessory. Here's a fun fact: producing just one pair of sneakers can use up to 11 plastic bottles. These sneakers are not only stylish but also eco-friendly, utilizing materials that might have ended up polluting our oceans. On a large scale, recycling plastic helps reduce dependence on virgin resources. For instance, recycling 1 ton of plastic cuts carbon dioxide emissions by as much as 1.5 tons. One of the biggest names in sportswear even created jerseys for soccer teams, including Real Madrid, made from plastic retrieved from the ocean. Now, players are quite literally wearing the ocean during their matches. What about construction materials? This is another equally fascinating avenue. Plastic granules are mixed with sand or other materials to create durable panels for construction. Ever considered that your home could be partly built from recycled trash? This is becoming a reality, not only reducing the amount of plastic in our oceans, but also cutting carbon emissions in the construction industry. In New Zealand, plastic bottles are being turned into synthetic sand for building roads. This sand is significantly cheaper and more eco-friendly than traditional options. Here's a staggering statistic. Every minute, more than 2,000 plastic bottles enter our oceans and seas. Only about 9% of all plastic waste in the environment is properly recycled. The rest ends up in landfills or the ocean, leaving us with serious concerns about the planet's future. But there's good news. Recycling ocean plastic isn't just about helping nature, it's also a booming business. For example, one company specializing in ocean plastic recycling processes over 22 million pounds of plastic each year, transforming it into sportswear and accessories. In the fashion industry alone, more than 500 million plastic bottles are reused annually to create new products. Many companies are repurposing old fishing nets, which pollute the oceans, into sneaker soles. These fish catchers are now turning into eye catchers when you slip on these stylish kicks. Some companies even craft trendy chairs from ocean plastic, including discarded fishing nets. The irony? These nets used to catch fish, and now they sit in restaurants. Imagine this. Every minute, over 70,000 Oreo cookies are sold worldwide. That's enough to circle the Earth more than 400 times. But what makes them so insanely popular? How do they create that legendary flavor and perfect texture, loved in over 100 countries? Today, we're stepping behind the scenes at one of the world's most famous factories to uncover all the secrets behind this iconic cookie. From its unique design to the creamy filling, let's dive in. The Oreo recipe was first created back in 1912 at a factory in Manhattan. To this day, it remains the most popular cookie in the world. Since its inception, more than 500 billion Oreos have been sold. If you lined them all up, they'd wrap around the earth over 400 times. Oreo is also one of the most active brands on social media, with over 40 million followers on Facebook and millions of fans on TikTok and Instagram. Campaigns like Twist, Lick, Dunk have gone viral in countless countries. It all begins with high-quality ingredients. Oreo uses premium-grade flour, cocoa powder, sugar, vegetable oils, and a secret blend of flavorings that make every batch unmistakable. But let's face it, ingredients alone aren't magic. They're mixed in precise proportions to form the base for the cookies. Inside the factory, massive mixers, capable of handling hundreds of pounds of dough at a time, work like a culinary orchestra, fast yet precise. Here's where the first secret lies: the cocoa. Oreo uses a specially processed cocoa powder that gives the cookies their rich, deep black color. And no, that shade isn't just from the chocolate, it's the result of a meticulously fine-tuned chemical process. Once the dough is ready, it's time to shape the cookies. This is where a high-tech conveyor system with custom molds steps into action. Yep, every Oreo cookie features a unique pattern, and it's not just for decoration. Each cookie's design is perfectly symmetrical, with 12 flowers, 12 dots, and 90 ridges around the edge. This iconic design hasn't changed since 1952, the year of its one and only redesign. The texture plays a big role in the overall taste experience. The smooth edges hold the cream in place, while the tiny puzzle-like details add that signature crunch. Here's a fun fact: the machine that stamps the cookies can churn out up to 3,000 pieces per minute. Imagine that pace. Every single detail has to be flawless. Baking Oreos is a true science. The dough travels through an oven line that stretches up to 245 feet long, with the temperature monitored literally at every inch. First, a high temperature helps the cookie hold its shape, and then it's gradually reduced to prevent overdrying. The result? That perfect balance of a tender texture that melts in your mouth while staying satisfyingly crunchy with every bite. Now, let's move on to the filling. The cream for Oreos is made separately, and this process? It's nothing short of modern-day alchemy. Massive mixers whip the cream filling to the perfect consistency you know and love. Here's a little secret: the cream isn't just spread on, it's piped through special rotating nozzles to ensure an even layer. For the classic Oreo, that's a vanilla cream filling. But you already know how many flavors are out there today, right? From strawberry to mint chocolate, each new flavor undergoes rigorous testing before hitting store shelves. The formula for Oreo's cream filling is top secret, with only a handful of people in the world knowing the exact recipe. Now comes the most magical part: joining the two cookie halves. This process, called sandwiching, is performed with incredible precision by machines. Fun fact: every other cookie half is flipped upside down to ensure a smooth connection with the cream. And just like that, in seconds, the iconic sandwich is born, ready to enjoy. Studies show that around 50% of people twist apart their Oreos before eating them. Even more folks dip them in milk. In fact, Oreo is officially considered the perfect cookie for milk. Scientists have even experimented to find the optimal dunk time: 4 seconds. That's just long enough for the cookie to maintain its crunch while melting in your mouth. Every hour, over 1.5 million Oreos are produced in factories worldwide. Once the cookies are ready, they're sorted and sent to the packaging line. Quality checks happen every single time. And yes, there are imperfect cookies. They're sorted out and sent for recycling. Curious how Oreo stays so fresh in its packaging? It's all thanks to vacuum sealing. The packaging is specifically designed to preserve texture and flavor. It's made of multi-layered materials that keep out moisture and air, ensuring the cookies stay crispy. The outer layer of polypropylene provides durability, while the inner layer creates a barrier to protect against oxidation. The key to Oreo's packaging is the vacuum seal. Once the cookies are packed, Excess air is removed from inside the bag to eliminate contact with oxygen. This keeps the cookies fresh for up to 9 months, or even longer. Each package is precisely cut to size using high-precision lasers, guaranteeing an airtight seal. You've probably noticed how easy it is to open modern Oreo packages. That's thanks to the peel and reseal closure, which allows you to open and close the package multiple times. This way, the cookies stay fresh even after the first opening. Oreo offers a wide range of packaging options so everyone can find their perfect fit. Standard packs, a classic for the home. Mini Oreos, small, snack-sized packs perfect for on-the-go munching. Mega packs, ideal for those who just can't get enough. And let's not forget individual packs of 2 or 3 cookies. Super convenient for the office or a lunchbox. That iconic blue packaging? It's no accident. The color is associated with freshness, lightness, and happy emotions. Each pack features a photo of the cookie with milk, sparking instant cravings. In some countries, Oreo even includes interactive packaging with QR codes, leading to games, recipes, or videos, adding an extra layer of fun. Recently, Oreo has been working hard to make its packaging more eco-friendly. In 2023, the company began testing recyclable materials for its packs, aiming to reduce the carbon footprint of production. In some countries, fully recyclable packaging is already in use. After packaging, the packs go through special scanners to check for weight and airtight seals. If even the smallest defect is found, the package is pulled from the line. Oreo uses specialized refrigerated containers during transportation to prevent temperature fluctuations. This ensures the filling's texture and the cookie's crunchiness are perfectly preserved. Did you know Oreo is made in over 50 countries and sold in more than 100? Every day, more than 40 million cookies are produced. That's more than the population of some countries. Interestingly, recipes and flavors can vary by region. For example, green tea flavor is a hit in China, while caramel fillings are a favorite in Latin America. Oreo has even been to space. In 2021, the brand sent its cookies to the International Space Station as part of a promotional campaign. And back in 1992, musician Weird Al Yankovic released a song called The White Stuff, a parody of New Kids on the Block's The Right Stuff. The song? A hilarious ode to the creamy filling of Oreo cookies. One of the most creative and fun marketing initiatives by Oreo is the Oreo Stacking Championship. The rules are simple. Participants compete to see who can build the tallest tower of Oreo cookies before it topples. But like everything Oreo touches, this competition transforms into a full-blown event, complete with heroes, records, and even a little drama. The current world record for stacking Oreo cookies stands at 54 cookies in a single tower. This record was set back in 2018 by an American at a local festival in Texas. Typically, records in these competitions range between 30 and 50 cookies because each additional layer makes balancing the structure even harder. Thanks to the cookie's round shape, towers often collapse at the most nerve-wracking moment, when someone tries to add that final cookie. It's all in good fun though, and the laughter from the audience and participants is infectious. At one championship in Japan, the winner was an 85-year-old grandma. She credited her victory to age bringing calm and patience. Oreo is officially recognized as the most popular cookie in the world, outselling all competitors in the cookie and dessert category. What makes Oreo so special? It's not just the flavor and texture, it's the emotions they spark. Admit it, you twist the cookie apart before eating it, right? Or maybe you dip it in milk. In the US, there's a cult-followed ritual for eating Oreos. Twist, lick, dunk. The process involves separating the cookie, licking off the cream, and dunking the rest in milk. Interestingly, women are more likely than men to take their Oreos apart before eating. It's this simplicity and versatility that have made Oreo a favorite for millions. It's a cookie that brings people together because everyone finds their own way to enjoy it. Forget everything you knew about fuel. Sugarcane bioethanol is ushering in a new era of energy. With technologies that automate every step, from planting to distillation, we're able to produce fuel that cuts emissions by 90%. In this video, we'll show you how simple sugarcane stalks could hold the key to an energy revolution. Don't miss out, this is a true breakthrough. It all starts with sugarcane. Sugarcane thrives best in tropical and subtropical climates with plenty of moisture and sandy or loamy soils. That is why tropical regions like Brazil, India, and parts of the United States are ideal for its cultivation. Before planting sugarcane, a soil analysis is performed to determine the potential of hydrogen and nutrient content. Specialized sensors analyze moisture, potential of hydrogen, and nutrient levels, automatically adjusting soil treatment. The optimal pH for sugarcane ranges from 5.5 to 7.0, and based on these readings, fertilizers are applied, usually nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Modern tractors equipped with GPS systems are used for precise soil preparation. They can handle plowing, cultivating, and fertilizing with maximum efficiency. After preparing the soil, a simple variety of sugarcane is selected, one that is well suited for consistent yields. Automated planters sow the seeds at a distance of 3 to 5 feet apart and at a depth of 2 to 4 inches to ensure even growth. Workers use specialized sensors to monitor planting depth and row spacing, which increases efficiency by 20%. Next, drip irrigation is used. Modern irrigation systems are equipped with moisture sensors that automatically activate watering only when necessary, helping to conserve water. During the first few weeks, it is crucial to maintain adequate moisture for root development. Drip irrigation can reduce water usage by 30% while promoting better plant growth. Irrigation is controlled through programs that account for weather conditions, typically scheduled 2 to 3 times a week, depending on the weather. Harvesting typically takes place 12 to 18 months after planting, when the sugarcane stalks have reached their peak sugar content. It is important to conduct a sugar content analysis to determine the best time for harvest. Before the harvest begins, fields are assessed for the readiness of the sugarcane, taking into account plant maturity and the presence of any diseases. Once preparations are complete, harvesters take over. These harvesting machines are equipped with specialized heads that allow them to cut the sugarcane stalks without damaging the plants. The heads may use cutting mechanisms that operate by rotation or oscillation. Modern harvesters also come with sensors to monitor moisture levels and plant density, ensuring a more efficient and precise harvest. After harvesting, the sugarcane moves to the initial stage of processing, where it is cleaned and chopped. To prepare the raw material for extraction, the stalks are cut into short segments, about 6 to 8 inches long, followed by preliminary shredding. Shredded stalks are easier to extract juice from, making this step essential for increasing juice extraction efficiency. Specialized machines, shredders or hammer mills, are used, each with different cutting mechanisms such as teeth or knives. Shredders are equipped with cutting elements that ensure fast and even shredding of the sugarcane stalks, preventing irregular particle sizes. The processed sugarcane is fed into a shredding chamber where it is broken down into smaller pieces, typically ranging from 0.8 to 2 inches. This size optimization allows for ideal conditions for juice extraction. Once shredded, the cane particles are discharged from the machine for further processing. Modern biofuel production reminds me of my high school experiments. My parents were environmental activists in their youth, so awareness of ecological issues was practically instilled in me from birth. I was absolutely thrilled when I discovered that you could theoretically make biofuel from ordinary potatoes. It was such a blast, boiling up that potato mixture and then adding yeast. Unfortunately, I didn't have any special yeast, so I had to swipe some regular baking yeast from the kitchen. In the end, I left my biofuel to ferment for a few days, but somehow managed to forget about it for almost a month. Don't ask what I found in that jar when I finally remembered it. You're better off asking how many times I had to mow the lawn as punishment. But honestly, I regret nothing. It was a lot of fun. So where was I? Oh, right. Conveyors automatically transport the shredded sugarcane to the presses, reducing the time between preparation and extraction stages. During the extraction process, the maximum amount of sugar content is released, which is essential for fermentation and biofuel production. In modern industrial settings, extraction is done using large roller presses. Typically, multi-roller presses, 5 to 7 rollers, are used, which gradually apply increasing pressure to the raw material. The first rollers extract 60 to 70% of the juice, while the second and third stages allow for an additional 20 to 30% extraction. As each pressing stage reduces the moisture content of the material, the end result is a dry residue called bagasse, which is also utilized for energy needs. The extracted juice has a high concentration of sugars and moisture, but it also contains solid residues and other impurities that need to be removed. The juice is filtered and purified before fermentation. Filtration systems rely on automated cleaning processes, which monitor the juice composition and automatically remove solid particles and other unwanted impurities. The decanting and centrifugation processes are fully automated, efficiently separating the liquid from the solids. Speaking of bagasse, the solid residue left after extraction, it is used as biomass for energy production, burned to generate steam and electricity. I'm just amazed at how well thought out everything is. After filtration, the sugar juice is prepared for fermentation. It must be treated to create the ideal environment for the yeast, which will convert the sugars into ethanol. The juice is typically mixed with water to achieve the desired sugar concentration, which is usually around 12 to 18%. Special sensors monitor temperature, potential of hydrogen, and solution concentration in real time, ensuring consistency across all batches of juice sent to fermentation. Yeast, the biological catalyst of the fermentation process, is then added to the prepared solution. The yeast dosage is handled automatically, with precise control over the number of active cells in the fermenter. Modern fermentation systems use automated setups for yeast cultivation and regeneration, ensuring a steady and highly efficient process. Fermentation takes place in large tanks that provide the ideal conditions for the yeast. The process typically lasts from 24 to 72 hours, depending on the temperature, yeast type, and desired outcome. Not that long, right? The optimal fermentation temperature usually ranges from 86 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit, and automated systems maintain this range. Oxygen sensors regulate aeration levels because excess oxygen can slow down the conversion of sugar into ethanol. Automation ensures precise control of these parameters. Online monitoring systems measure sugar concentration, ethanol levels, potential of hydrogen, and gas exchange within the tanks. This data allows operators to predict the completion of the process and automatically adjust the temperature or oxygen flow to optimize the final product. Oh, we finally reached the final stage of producing biofuel from sugarcane. After fermentation is complete, the liquid in the tanks contains about 10 to 15% ethanol. The carbon dioxide released during fermentation is collected and can be used in various industrial processes, such as producing soft drinks or for refrigeration. The leftover yeast is also reused or repurposed for other applications. The resulting liquid, which contains ethanol, requires further purification and concentration. To achieve this, specialized filtration and distillation systems are employed, where the liquid is separated into ethanol and water. The filtration process is fully automated, with the liquid passing through multi-stage filters that remove solid particles and yeast. The distillation systems also feature computerized controllers that maintain optimal temperature and pressure for separating ethanol from water with minimal energy loss. The distillation columns are equipped with pressure and temperature sensors to keep the temperature within the necessary range, around 172 degrees Fahrenheit for ethanol. The heat generated during distillation is used to preheat other batches or to maintain temperatures in other parts of the plant. And finally, after distillation and several other processes, we obtain bioethanol, a unique biofuel made from sugarcane. The primary industry where bioethanol is used is transportation. In the United States and Brazil, ethanol is blended with gasoline to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and decrease reliance on imported oil. There are several main types of ethanol fuel blends. E10 is a standard fuel containing 10% ethanol and 90% gasoline. It is widely used in the United States and can be used in most vehicles without the need for engine modifications. E85, on the other hand, is a blend containing up to 85% ethanol and is used in specially adapted vehicles known as flex fuel cars. ethanol made from sugarcane has significant environmental advantages over fossil fuels. Since sugarcane absorbs carbon dioxide while growing, bioethanol can reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 70 to 90% compared to gasoline. Additionally, ethanol fuel blends help reduce harmful pollutants in exhaust gases, such as carbon monoxide and benzene. Let's not forget the economic benefits as well. Bioethanol creates a substantial number of jobs in agriculture and industry. In both the United States and Brazil, the ethanol production industry provides hundreds of thousands of jobs. At the same time, the automation of production and logistics processes helps lower the cost of ethanol production, making it competitive with gasoline. The price of bioethanol varies by region, but thanks to technological innovations, its cost is gradually decreasing.